Hey everyone, wanted to introduce you to someone I talked to recently. Is in a pretty unique space, especially in the financial advice space. Anyway, I've kind of met a lot of financial advisors, but none with his expertise. So with that, I don't want to spill everything. I'll let Adam explain what he does and how he got there. So Adam Blumberg, please introduce yourself and tell a little bit about you and your financial advisement background, and what are you in now?
Sure. I really appreciate the opportunity to be on here. What we do is I actually am a financial advisor. So I have a business partner. We have what's called an RIA, a registered investment advisor. Um, and I've been in this space for over a decade. I started in early 2009, which if you know anything about financial history is an awesome time to start in the financial services world. It's right kind of at the bottom of the financial crash. So this entire run up for the last 11 years was all due to me. I've been in the space the entire time. So a few years ago, my business partner and I got into we got into cryptocurrency in that we started playing around with it, buying a little bit, trading a little bit. I had no idea what it was. I thought it was kind of a scam like a lot of people do. And we started buying it. I even said to my business partner, Ron, I went to buy some and I said, did you know there's more than one of these? And he said, there's actually thousands of them. And I said, that's gotta be wrong. And that is what sent me down the proverbial rabbit hole to learn so much more about why there are all these cryptocurrencies, what they are, why we have them, what kind of problems do they aim to solve, if any, understanding the blockchain technology that's behind it. And I got really excited about it several years ago, but we didn't really have anything to do with it because we're financial advisors. And we certainly weren't going to advise people to go buy cryptocurrency in 2017. So we just kind of had to sit on it and talk to people about it to the point that they got exhausted and they told us to shut up. So then last year, early 2019, it kind of started to pick up steam again. There was more and better technology that actually related more to finance. It wasn't just buying cryptocurrencies and holding or buying and trading. It had more of a relation to finance called decentralized finance. And that's where we jumped in, started speaking at conferences because we were the only financial advisors in the room. And so then that led us down this road of my partner, Ron, saying, for years in financial services and financial planning, we have helped our clients by getting on a whiteboard and just drawing out what happens. When we have complex financial situations, we just draw it out on the whiteboard and the clients usually get it. Why don't we do that for decentralized finance, blockchain, cryptocurrency, and just put it on YouTube? And I said, I don't think anyone wants to hear it. Well, fast forward now, we have near 1,200 subscribers on YouTube. And now we've decided that it's really important that we bring out some lessons and some courses to try to help financial advisors learn about digital assets and cryptocurrency. And with that, I will stop for a second and let everyone catch their breath and let you ask another question if you want.
All right, perfect segue, perfect stop, because that's the part I was going to ask. As you can see, Adam not only is informative, but he's also funny. So that's another benefit if you connect to him. So with that being said, you are in the education space now. Personally, I'm an IT guy. I've known crypto for a while, but always thought it was like kind of like, what the heck is crypto? I mean, there's no back end to it. But that has changed for me lately with the COVID. I'm starting to rethink the whole what crypto is and what it can be. So with that being said, obviously none of financial advisors I've met know anything about that or would even try to incorporate that. So that's where you come in, educating them. So yeah, please get into that. And how do you educate them? Why should a financial advisor connect to you so they can learn that piece of it and incorporate that into their repertoire, I guess?
Well, okay, so interesting because we have to go down two separate paths now.
Sure.
First, I'll mention that, you said something about being funny. I actually, in a kind of a previous life in my history, I've actually been a stand-up comic for years.
There you go.
So I'm perfectly comfortable talking like this. I'm actually much more comfortable in front of a real crowd. So
Really?
COVID and having to do things just on camera is kind of hard for me. I want to speak to, real crowds, real people.
Right.
That again. But the idea of cryptocurrency and decentralized finance is so important because the ethos of it, what you want from it, is to somewhat disintermediate, right? To take out a lot of the middlemen. And the middlemen that we've seen in the financial world, in the world economy, are middlemen like banks and middlemen like governments. And it's not to say we want to get rid of them. We don't want to overthrow governments. We don't want to get rid of banks. But we want to understand that for years, we needed the government and we needed the banks because we had to have someone to outsource trust to. We had to have someone to say, you guys hold the money and make sure you keep it safe. And you guys handle making sure the value of our money stays relatively stable. And that's what we've outsourced to the Fed. And that's what we've outsourced to banks. And we've had to do that because there wasn't a good way to do it just between ourselves. So now we have technology that can maybe get us there. And that's what cryptocurrency is. And that's the beauty of it. The idea that I can send you Bitcoin or DAI, which is a stable coin. It's a cryptocurrency that's worth $1. I can send you that in a matter of moments, and none of it has to go through a bank, which means you can be there wherever you are in the US. You can be there in India or Africa or Southeast Asia or Latin America or South America, and I can still do that any time of day, any day of the week. It only takes a few minutes and it costs virtually nothing to do. That is really important because once you get past that, now you open up unbelievable amounts of opportunities. So if you believe in that ethos, if you feel like that has some legs and that can help the world economy open up participation, now you go, okay, how can I invest in that? How can I actually take what I earn and make a little bit of money by investing in some of those companies, protocols, whatever they might be, because I think there will be a huge demand worldwide. And that's where we get into talking to financial advisors. And the importance of getting financial advisors involved is because so many people, so many individuals, so many families go to their financial advisor to say, to talk about their investments, their financial world, right? Everything that's involved in their finances between expenses, savings, investment, and such. And they go to their financial advisor to see how it all fits. So financial advisors have been getting questions, fielding questions about cryptocurrency and have nothing to do with it, partially because they haven't been educated. And that's because there hasn't been a good way for them to make money on it, right? And it's really hard. It doesn't make sense if you're a financial advisor to go learn a lot about a subject if you don't have a really good way to make money from knowing that subject, because you can't really advise your clients. Well, now we're getting these ways that financial advisors can actually earn money and provide advice for a service that clients have been asking for, and for an asset class that clients want to be a part of and want to have in their portfolio. And we have data to suggest that having these asset classes in their portfolio is better than not having them. So why wouldn't financial advisors want to be a part? Another reason they might want to be a part is we have this unbelievable wealth transfer that's about to happen. And that means the baby boomers who are retiring are passing their money to the next generation, and the next generation is more tech savvy. And the next generation does not want to always be beholden to governments and banks and financial institutions that run 9 to 5, Monday through Friday. That say, here are the only companies you can invest in. Here's the only ways you can invest. The next generation, the next couple generations go, no, I want to do my own thing. I want to invest in some other areas. I don't just want to buy ETFs and stocks and the things that you tell me I can buy. I want to buy anything. And it's up to the advisor to go, where does it fit? What is your risk profile? What do we do if you buy Bitcoin and it shoots up, 3, 4x? Right. Are we going to sell some? Are we going to rebalance? That's the advisor's job, but they have to understand the tech first. They have to understand how it fits. And most importantly, we have to help them understand how to make it a part of their practice.
Gotcha. Awesome explanation. By the way, I'll be posting the link on how to connect to Adam. It's kind of behind him on the board,
Always
interaxis.io.
on the whiteboard, man. Everything on the whiteboard.
Whiteboard. So he's old school in that way. So with that being said, by the way, like I said, it is indeed important. I'm learning that, looking at everything, because with the dollar value way it is going to be potentially in future, it's very important to take a look at crypto. I think personally, I hated crypto, or poo-pooed crypto, but I think it's important. So,
and keep in mind real quickly as you talk about that, what we do is not just for financial advisors. So we have a whole YouTube channel. You can go to YouTube and look for Interaxis, where we explain a lot of cryptocurrency and how it fits in a portfolio, and we explain some of the different protocols that are happening. And most importantly, we've been going through these themes of how it's going to permeate different industries, businesses, different parts of your life, and not in a overly technical way, but just go, look, this is the next evolution of finance. And we're not saying it's going to take over the world. It's the equivalent of what the internet did 25, 30 years ago. It just started creeping in and creeping in and creeping in. And a dude in Seattle started selling books. And once people were willing to put in a credit card, that's what set everything off. And now I can control my car with my phone. Gotcha. So it all started there. People had to learn about it. They were skeptical of the internet. And here's where we are.
Talking off the topic, I don't want to go longer, but soon Elon Musk is going to get your brain to be connected to the cloud, and you can control everything. So anyway, with that being said, last question.
Sure.
You've had a long career. You've been a comedian, I guess. So you've learned a lot of things. So what is one thing you can share to people, either your personal development or business, that you think will help people? What's the one thing you can tell us, teach us, tell us?
That's a great question. And probably the one thing I can tell you that actually permeates both your personal and your business more than anything else is to really try to understand who you are. Nothing is more important, because you can go through all the self-help videos. You can learn whatever you want about how to build a practice, or how to build yourself or a company, or all these different ways to make money, or to be happy in your life. But none of it matters if you don't know who you are. Because if you don't know who you are, if you don't really know what you like, what makes you happy, what you're good at, and don't take the time to understand that, then you might go off in a direction that you think is going to make you happy, or you think is going to make you money because it did it for someone else, and you find that you're just being fake. It's not you, and it's going to make you miserable. And I have ended up at this at 45 years old, which is several careers in, because I finally figured out that I like showing people these things. I don't necessarily like advising people on their actual finances, but I like explaining it to them. I like taking a topic, really breaking it down and understanding it to the point that I can then explain it to someone else. That's what I enjoy doing. And it makes me happy to wake up every morning and go, I got to get to the office. I got to turn on the camera, and I got to shoot something because I thought of it last night and I want to break it down and explain it. But I would say knowing yourself and knowing who you are is probably the most important advice I can give anyone from a personal and business perspective, because it helps both.
Awesome. That's a great advice. That's something I've learned last 2 years or so. Knowing yourself, very important, being happy with who you are and all that stuff. Now, awesome. Thank you, Adam. Great information. And like I mentioned, I'll be posting actually his YouTube channel too. I haven't looked at it yet, but I'll look it up. I'll post it up so you can watch other of his videos. As you can see, it's pretty entertaining. And then I'll post also his link, interaxis.io, upstairs. And thanks again, Adam, for taking the time.
Thank you so much. I appreciate the time. Enjoy doing this anytime.
All right, sir. Thank you.